everyone, it's your boy Andre Harris here, back with another deep dive into the gaming world. Before we get started, make sure to check out my Twitch channel, AndreTheAlpha, where I bring the rawest, most unfiltered gaming streams straight to your screen. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Today we're diving into a monster of a game, S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2, Heart of Chernobyl. Now for those of you new to the franchise, let me paint a picture of what you're walking into. The original S.T.A.L.K.E.R games set the bar high with their unique mix of survival horror, RPG elements, and open world exploration. They captured the harsh, eerie beauty of a post-apocalyptic world with unmatched atmosphere and tension. Naturally, expectations for the sequel have been through the roof. So the question on everyone's minds is, does it live up to the hype? Strap in, because we're about to break this down in detail. From the moment you boot up S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2, you're greeted by an ambiance that is equal parts breathtaking and unsettling. The zone, a sprawling, radioactive wasteland, is brought to life with stunning detail. The visuals are jaw-dropping, from the desolate landscapes to the abandoned structures that seem to tell their own stories of decay and despair. The lighting effects are on another level, creating dynamic shadows that add depth and realism to every scene. Whether it's the golden hues of a setting sun filtering through the trees or the cold, sterile glow of a flashlight cutting through a pitch black corridor, the game's visuals pull you into its world like few others can. Sound design plays a massive role in building this immersive experience. The ambient noises, the distant rustle of leaves, the faint growl of a mutant lurking in the shadows, or the haunting echoes of footsteps in an empty building keep you constantly on edge. And the music, let's just say it's the kind that crawls under your skin and stays there, amplifying the tension tenfold. This is a game that understands the power of audio and storytelling, using it to keep you glued to the edge of your seat. But let's get into the meat of the gameplay, because that's where S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 truly shines. This isn't your typical open world shooter. It's a survival experience that demands strategy, patience, and a willingness to adapt. From the get-go, you're thrown into the zone with minimal guidance, forcing you to learn the ropes through trial and error. And trust me, there will be errors. The game doesn't hold your hand, which is both its greatest strength and its most daunting challenge. Resource management is a core component of the gameplay. You'll need to scavenge for food, ammunition, medical supplies, and other essentials to stay alive. But here's the kicker, everything comes at a cost. Carry too much and you'll slow yourself down, making it harder to escape danger. Use up your resources too quickly and you might find yourself in a desperate situation with no way out. It's a delicate balancing act that keeps you constantly weighing your options and thinking ahead. The combat in S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 is intense, chaotic, and unforgiving. Enemies range from human bandits and rival factions to terrifying mutants that will haunt your dreams. The AI is smart, using cover effectively and coordinating attacks to keep you on your toes. And the mutants, let's just say they're not your average video game monsters. They're fast, unpredictable, and downright vicious. Ammo is scarce, so every shot counts. This isn't a game where you can spray and pray. You need to aim carefully, conserve your resources, and pick your battles wisely. Exploration is another key aspect of the game. The zone is vast and filled with secrets waiting to be uncovered. Whether it's a hidden stash of supplies, a powerful artifact, or a new quest line, there's always something to discover. The game rewards curiosity and encourages you to venture off the beaten path. But be warned, the deeper you go, the more dangerous it gets. Radiation hotspots, deadly anomalies, and hostile creatures are just some of the hazards you'll face. And yet the rewards for taking these risks are often worth it, making every discovery feel like a hard-earned victory. Let's talk about the anomalies and artifacts, because they're a defining feature of the S.T.A.L.K.E.R series. Anomalies are strange, physics-defying phenomena that can kill you in an instant if you're not careful, but they also guard some of the game's most valuable treasures, artifacts. These mysterious objects offer powerful benefits that can give you an edge in your journey. For example, one artifact might increase your stamina, allowing you to run longer distances, while another might enhance your resistance to radiation. However, these benefits often come with trade-offs, like increased radiation exposure or reduced health regeneration. It's a classic risk versus reward scenario that adds another layer of strategy to the gameplay. The narrative in S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 is another area where the game excels. While much of the story is told through environmental storytelling and player-driven exploration, there are also key moments of dialogue and cutscenes that push the narrative forward. The characters you meet are well written and memorable, each with their own backstories and motivations. Whether it's a desperate scavenger trying to survive or a mysterious figure with their own hidden agenda, every encounter adds adds depth to the world. One standout moment for me was stumbling across a hidden bunker. Inside, the walls were lined with scrawled notes detailing experiments conducted in the zone. These weren't just random scribbles, they painted a grim picture of the sacrifices and mistakes that led to the zone's creation. It's these moments of environmental storytelling that really elevate the game, making you feel like a detective piecing together a larger narrative. The best part, these discoveries aren't spoon-fed to you. You have to look for them, often putting yourself in danger just to unearth a fragment of the zone's mysteries. The faction system adds another layer of complexity to the gameplay. The zone is populated by several factions, each with their own goals and ideologies. Aligning with a faction can offer significant benefits, like access to better weapons or safe zones, but it can also make enemies of other groups. For example, siding with Duty, a militaristic faction focused on containing the zone's dangers, might put you at odds with Freedom, a group that believes the zone should be free for all to explore. These choices aren't black and white, they're nuanced and often force you to grapple with the consequences of your actions. And let's not forget the AI in S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2. Enemies don't just stand there waiting to be shot, they use cover effectively, flank you, and even retreat when they're outmatched. This makes combat feel dynamic and unpredictable. The mutants in particular deserve a shout out, from packs of mutated dogs that swarm you in the wild to massive lumbering abominations that can crush you with a single blow. Every encounter feels like a fight for survival. Technical performance, however, remains a mixed bag. While the visuals and sound design are top notch, there are some glaring issues with optimization. Even on high-end PCs, frame rate drops and stuttering can break the immersion. Bugs range from minor graphical glitches to game-breaking issues that can force you to reload a save, or in the worst cases, restart the game. The developers have been proactive in addressing these problems with patches, but it's clear that S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 still needs some fine-tuning. Despite these technical hiccups, the core gameplay loop remains incredibly compelling. There's something deeply satisfying about overcoming the odds, whether it's surviving a deadly ambush, navigating through a field of anomalies, or piecing together the zone's many mysteries. The game doesn't just challenge your reflexes, it challenges your decision making, your resource management, and your ability to adapt to an ever-changing world. And let's take a moment to appreciate the sheer beauty of the zone. The game's art direction is phenomenal, capturing the eerie allure of a world that's both deadly and mesmerizing. The landscapes are hauntingly beautiful, from the overgrown ruins of abandoned villages to the stark, desolate expanses of radioactive wasteland. The dynamic weather system adds another layer of immersion, with storms that can turn a sunny day into a terrifying struggle for survival. One feature I haven't touched on enough yet is the crafting and customization system, which is pivotal to your survival. You can modify your weapons to suit your playstyle, whether you prefer stealthy, high-accuracy rifles or close-quarter shotguns that pack a punch. Collecting materials to craft ammo or repair your gear becomes an ongoing task, adding another layer of depth to the game. The sense of progression here is incredibly rewarding, especially when you manage to turn a barely functioning rifle into a fully kitted out weapon of destruction. The developers also took a bold step by incorporating random events into the world. Picture this: you're sneaking through an abandoned village, carefully avoiding patrols of hostile bandits. When a sudden storm rolls in, the skies darken, lightning strikes, and a pack of mutants emerges, forcing you to think fast and adapt to the changing conditions. These dynamic moments keep the game feeling fresh and unpredictable, ensuring no two playthroughs are ever the same. So should you buy S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2? If you're a fan of the series or love survival games that push you to your limits, the answer is a resounding yes. The game's atmosphere, world building, and gameplay mechanics make it a standout title in the genre. However, if you're looking for a polished, bug-free experience, you might want to wait for a few more patches. And before we wrap up, I want to remind you to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on my content. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitch, AndreTheAlpha, where I'm always bringing you the hottest takes and live reactions to the latest games. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you in the next video. Stay alpha, my friends.